The Santa Barbara air hangs thick with anticipation, not just for Kevin Costner's annual Lister charity event, a shimmering oasis of Hollywood glamour dedicated to supporting first responders, but for the fallout from a statement that has detonated like a perfectly timed explosion. Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, will not be attending. It's a simple sentence, delivered with Costner's trademark understated gravitas. But the implications are anything but simple. This isn't just a polite decline. It's a Hollywood power play, a line drawn in the sand as stark and uncompromising as the California coastline. Costner, the stoic icon, has never been one for mincing words. He chooses them carefully, each syllable carrying the weight of decades spent navigating the treacherous currents of the entertainment industry. And in this instance, his words carry the added weight of unspoken allegations, hinting at a history of interactions that have left him deeply uncomfortable. The whispers started long ago, a low hum beneath the surface of celebrity gossip. Tales of Meghan's relentless ambition, her calculated charm deployed with laser-like precision, her knack for finding herself in the orbit of powerful men. Before the tiaras and the royal wedding, there was the actress, hungry for opportunity, navigating the shark-infested waters of Los Angeles with a determination that bordered on ruthless. The stories are legion, whispered accounts from industry events where boundaries blurred under the intoxicating haze of fame and fortune. Gala after gala, premiere after premiere, Meghan was a constant presence, a whirlwind of charisma, seeking out the kingmakers, the gatekeepers, the individuals who could unlock the doors to her ascent. Not all of these encounters were welcome. Some recipients, veterans of the Hollywood game, recognized the play for what it was, a calculated maneuver for advance, a charm offensive designed to open doors and secure opportunity. Rejections were polite, of course, cloaked in the language of professional courtesy, but the message was clear: not interested. Kevin Costner, a man who embodies the rugged individualism of the American West, represents the pinnacle of that world. He's a survivor, a self-made icon who has weathered the storms of Hollywood with unwavering integrity. He's not easily impressed, and he certainly isn't susceptible to flattery. So when Meghan Markle allegedly set her sights on him, she miscalculated. She underestimated his discerning eye, his aversion to manipulation, and his deep-seated respect for genuine connection. The Lister event, named after a historical benefactor of the first responder community, had become a fixture on the Santa Barbara social calendar. It was an evening of quiet philanthropy, a gathering of like-minded individuals committed to supporting a worthy cause. Glamour was present, yes, but it was a glamour rooted in substance, in genuine compassion, not in the superficial pursuit of celebrity. Meghan's presence, with its attendant media circus and relentless self-promotion, would have disrupted that delicate balance. Costner's decision to exclude her wasn't simply a personal preference. It was a statement about values, about the kind of atmosphere he wanted to cultivate at his event. It was a rejection of the transactional nature of Hollywood, a refusal to be used as a stepping stone in someone else's ambition. And it was a confirmation of the whispers that had been circulating for years. Meghan's relentless pursuit of power had rubbed some of Hollywood's elite the wrong way. But the story doesn't end there. Costner's statement went beyond a simple exclusion. It alluded to darker connections, associations that have haunted Meghan's past and continue to cast a shadow over her present. He mentioned Epstein. He mentioned Prince Andrew. And in doing so, he opened a Pandora's box, unleashing a torrent of speculation and conjecture that threatens to engulf not only Meghan Markle, but the entire House of Windsor. The palace, as one might imagine, is in a state of controlled chaos. The stiff upper lip is quivering. The crisis management team is working overtime, frantically trying to contain the damage. But the genie is out of the bottle, and no amount of royal spin can put it back in. The mention of Prince Andrew is particularly incendiary. His association with Jeffrey Epstein has already brought the monarchy to its knees, forcing him into a humiliating retreat from public life. To now link Meghan, even tangentially, to that sordid saga is a PR nightmare of epic proportions. Of course, The Sussex camp is in full denial mode. Lawyers are being consulted, statements are being drafted, and friendly media outlets are being fed carefully curated narratives designed to portray Meghan as the victim of a smear campaign. But the problem for Meghan is that this isn't just about a single accusation. It's about a pattern of behavior, a long-standing reputation for ambition and self-promotion that has finally caught up with her. And it's not just Hollywood that's talking. Across the Atlantic, in the hallowed halls of Buckingham Palace, the knives are being sharpened. The Queen consort, Camilla, has never been a fan of Meghan, viewing her as an interloper, a threat to the established order. Now, with this latest scandal, Camilla has the ammunition she needs to finally clip Meghan's wing. The question on everyone's mind is, will Meghan lose her title? The answer is complicated. Stripping a royal title is no easy feat. It requires an act of parliament, a process fraught with legal and political hurdles. But the pressure is mounting. The British public, already disillusioned with the Sussexes, are baying for blood. And within the palace, there's a growing consensus that Meghan has become a liability, a danger to the very institution she married into. The implications are far-reaching. If Meghan loses her title, it would be a devastating blow to her carefully constructed brand. It would undermine her credibility, diminish her influence, and potentially jeopardize her lucrative deals with Netflix and Spotify. It would also send a powerful message to other members of the royal family that there are limits to what the public will tolerate, that even a duchess can be held accountable for her actions. But perhaps the most significant consequence of this scandal is the damage it has inflicted on the relationship between Harry and his family. The rift between the brothers, William and Harry, has been well documented. This latest crisis will only widen that chasm, pushing Harry further into exile and leaving him increasingly isolated from the institution he was born to serve. And what of Meghan? Will she retreat from the spotlight, humbled and chastened by this experience? Or will she double down, defiantly asserting her independence and continuing her quest for global domination? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain, the Kevin Costner bombshell has changed everything. The carefully constructed facade has crumbled, revealing the raw ambition and ruthless calculation that lie beneath. And in Hollywood, as in life, the truth always has a way of coming out. The game, as they say, is afoot. Harry, caught in the crossfire, is a portrait of perpetual conflict. His loyalty is divided, stretched thin between his wife and his family, between his new life in California and the traditions he was raised to uphold. He's always been the rebellious prince, the outsider, but this time, the stakes are higher. He's not just challenging the institution, he's potentially jeopardizing its very survival. His solo appearances are telling. The Invictus Game, a project so close to his heart, now serve as a convenient excuse to distance himself from the swirling controversy. His work in Angola, continuing his mother's legacy of landmine removal, is a noble endeavor, but it also provides a welcome escape from the toxic atmosphere surrounding his marriage. Is he starting to see the cracks in the facade? Is he finally recognizing the ambition that drives Meghan? The relentless pursuit of fame and fortune that has alienated so many? It's impossible to know for sure, but the subtle shifts in his demeanor suggest a growing unease. The carefree smile seems a little less genuine, the easy laughter a little less frequent. He's a man trapped between two worlds, struggling to reconcile his past with his present. The legal maneuvering has already begun. Meghan, ever the strategist, is lawyering up, preparing to fight for her title, for her reputation, for her very identity. She understands the power of narrative, the importance of controlling the story, and she's not afraid to play dirty. Expect a barrage of carefully crafted interviews designed to paint her as the victim of a misogynistic smear campaign. Expect sympathetic profiles in friendly publications, highlighting her philanthropic work and downplaying the allegations of ambition and self-promotion. Expect a full court press to rehabilitate her image and regain the public's trust. But this time, it may not be enough. The Costner revelation has opened a wound that may never fully heal. The whispers have become a roar, and the carefully constructed narrative is crumbling before our eyes. The question isn't just whether Meghan will lose her title, but whether she can ever truly recover from this scandal. Can she rebuild her brand, regain her influence, and convince the world that she's not the calculating social climber that her detractors claim she is? The answer, it seems, lies not in the carefully crafted statements and sympathetic interviews, but in the truth, in the honest accounting of her past in the genuine acknowledgement of her flaws, and in the unwavering commitment to serving a purpose greater than herself. But in the meantime, the show must go on. The Leicester event, now forever tainted by scandal, will proceed as planned. The stars will gather, the champagne will flow, and the money will be raised for a worthy cause. But the shadow of Meghan Markle will loom large over the proceedings, a constant reminder of the power of ambition, the fragility of reputation, and the enduring allure of a good old-fashioned Hollywood scandal. And as the cameras flash and the celebrities mingle, one can't help but wonder, what will be the next act in this unfolding drama? What new revelations will emerge? And who will be the next casualty in this high-stakes game of power and influence? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain, the saga of Meghan Markle is far from over. The curtain has not yet fallen.